Hey everybody, welcome back. 6:27 this morning. It is Tax Tuesday. That is what I'm calling it. And maybe you didn't get a chance to finish your taxes. Maybe you still have to mail them. Maybe you still have a whole checklist of things to do. And if that's you in that boat, Joe Galley is here to the rescue with some last-minute tips to help you out this morning. Joe, good morning to you.
Good morning, Shauna. It is Tax Tuesday. You know, it's all about these big blue boxes right here where people are going to be dropping off those tax returns, sending that check in to Uncle Sam. And you know, these hallways are pretty empty right now, but you can expect they'll be full of people, and there'll actually be a lot more people outside dropping off their mail to head that tax return in on that last day to get it done. I'm here with Dan Davis. You're the postmaster here. Good morning. What's some of the things that people really need to know before they head out to go ahead and drop that tax return?
Well, they definitely need to know that we close at 5:30 here at the main post office. The collection boxes will be picked up at 5. Ensure that you have sufficient postage on your item so it is not returned, because the IRS will not accept items that do not meet the weight criteria. There are scales in every post office that you can go in and weigh your item to make sure it has sufficient postage. You can use express mail and priority mail. The IRS will accept that as a form of delivery because it has the stamp of the date it came in, which is today, as an acceptable date.
Now, people also need to go ahead and make sure they got all their standard mail etiquette down, so you want to make sure you have your return addresses and all that other stuff on there.
Yes, that is critical. Ensure that your return address is on there. That way, if there is something incorrect with it, we can get it to you so you can get it back to the IRS as soon as possible.
And you guys are doing something a little special today right here at the main office on St. Clair. You're going to have some extra people and some extra help on the outside, right?
Correct. Out on St. Clair Street between the hours of 4 and 8, we will have mail handlers collecting your letters and your packages to bring into the post office.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And you know, if you guys have any more tax questions or you have any tax problems, well, the people over at H&R Block can really help you. And Michael, hey, here you're going to be sitting down with somebody to get some extra last-minute tax prep.
That's right, Joe. Thank you very much. All right, Joe, thank you very, very much. Appreciate that. We do have Sid Starks with H&R Block standing by here, and we want to talk about these last-minute tax tips. First, good morning to you, and thank you for waking up early. This is the busiest day of the year for you, I'm sure.
Last night wasn't too bad either.
Now, we were just talking off camera. You've been there about 11 years.
Yes.
How does this compare in terms of last-minute rush?
Well, the last-minute rush is what it is every year. The last-minute rush. There's always someone that put everything off to the last minute. And we're there to help them.
And how does that, how does that complicate things for you and for the taxpayer? More importantly, I know you're all about the customer. So really, these last-minute things here. People are waking up today. Maybe they're tuning into our program, and they're the last ones to know it's tax day. I mean, what do they do? Is it worth going right in and getting them filed, or is it worth trying to pursue the extension at this point?
It's probably best for you to go in and try to get through the whole process if you can. Simply because an extension is not an extension for time to pay. It's only an extension for time to file the paperwork.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's not. Because what they can do is they can wind up with additional penalties that they can avoid if they would just go ahead and get it taken care of.
Wow. So how long does the process take? If you have simple income, you know, you're talking W-2s here, you have your job, you're not talking about crazy amounts of investments or anything like that. If they come in to you today, and many will, how much time are they looking at?
Generally, we try to set aside 45 minutes to an hour for each individual, simply because everybody's situation is different. And we need to get into an interview with them and find out exactly what their situation is so they can have the best outcome. Now,
the post office does not have extended hours tonight, so the e-filing, I think, becomes extra important for a lot of folks.
Yes, it does.
Is that something that they can do at your office and all that?
Yes.
How does that proceed here? I mean, generally, is that the preferred option for the folks who do even plan ahead?
Actually, the IRS and most of the taxing authorities require e-filing now. They strongly encourage it, especially. But for the people that wait to the last minute, it can be kind of tricky, because if there's some forms that they don't have or some things that they need to get replaced, they're just running the risk of just being in trouble. They might have to file and maybe do an amendment later on or get an extension. I don't like to do extensions simply because it just prolongs the agony.
Right.
You know.
And you guys, it's walk-in, right? Or is it appointment?
We do appointments. We do walk-ins.
Okay.
We can actually take their information and do the returns and upload them to them online, and they can finish them at home in the comfort of their home.
Okay.
So they don't have to come back in. They can even pay for it online.
Gotcha. Perfect. All right. Last thing here. What the folks who waited to the last minute, is it just more stressful, or are they missing out on something, either a tax break, or are they going to miss out on something by waiting, or is it just going to be
by waiting to the
chaotic?
last minute? Mostly they're just giving themselves a little bit more anxiety.
Okay. And you?
And us, but that's okay. That's what we
What you're
kind
there
of live
for,
for.
right?
That's what we live for. But as long as they have everything organized, as long as they know what they have, the process can usually go pretty smoothly.
Okay, we're going to have you back in the near future instead of waiting till next year, because I want to talk about looking ahead. And we're out of time for now, but I want to talk about looking ahead, how the procrastinators can learn from their mistakes, and how we can plan ahead a little better to get those
That's what
breaks.
we're good at helping them do.
Perfect. All right, thank you so much, Sid.
You're
Appreciate
very
your
welcome.
time. All right, it is tax day, folks. Get on it. No extended hours at USPS today.